You gotta be kidding me. Oh, man. Oh, hey, Charles. I was just checking to see if I'm going to switch over to my overhead pretty darn quick. Well, maybe now, actually. I don't want to. I was just waiting for somebody. Hold on. I'm not a big fan. That's why I'm hoping to God other people want to pop on and be whatever. Because with the invite guests, as you know, we can have more than one screen. You saw it with, hold on, oops, I gotta go to settings. I did check this before I went live because I was like, oh gosh, they won't let you, Charles. So get this, Charles. I pay $25 American a month. Okay, look, I like these guys a lot. Oh my goodness, hi Mike. And you know what the wonderful thing about Mike is? He doesn't even need an invite. Mike can just appear in the stream as an admin right now on his website. He does it from his browser. He doesn't even need to go to YouTube or anything. He can just go straight to StreamYard right now and hop in, and would be just like me kind of thing, which would be great because I don't want to. I love the idea of having, well, it's just so weird being so one-sided audio-wise, right? It's just strange. Anyways, what I was saying with Charles about the $25 a month American. Oh, Mike, I think I figured out a way of getting around the having two live cameras at once through StreamYard. They're, okay, like I shouldn't be using these words like terrible and whatnot. But, okay, I'll pop it on quickly so you can look at me. But I want to, for God's sakes, Mike, get on here. But I did see this is one weird, kind of like a, you know, it's not a great way of doing it, but you can go this way, obviously. But to get two cameras at once, what I'm thinking of, oops, with the glare, is to remember you're allowed to invite guests. So why not go and make another account, email account somewhere, invite yourself as a guest, then activate that person's camera, which you are allowed to do as a guest. So what, right? I mean, think about it. You would, no. But if I like invite you, what? If I invite Charles as a guest right now? Oh, sorry, man. But remember, Mike, you should be allowed to pop right in. Should you not? I thought you were an admin. That's why I was kind of like hoping you'd just like appear out of nowhere. Or already be there at the stream. That would be totally cool. Here I go. I'm going to send you the link. I'm so happy. Well, we wouldn't be doing this if I didn't get that refurbished computer. There's no way. The laptop was just not a happy camper. Anyways, Charles, I'm so flippin' happy. There you go, Mike. I hope you can see it. And then I can go back to the other world. You're the first. Well, I'm loving your. Well, obviously you're a mighty endeavor. Okay, I'm being spoiled little brat here, Charles, but I was enjoying the texts as well. It was nice to sit outside in the front on the porch and read your little texts. So I was like, you know, printing them off in Notepad. Yes. So I can mute myself or whatever.
Can you hear me? Wow. Lots of lag still coming back. This browser window keeps wanting to go full screen, and I'm trying to keep it smaller and center it more on my camera. All right. Wow. There's Charles, can you hear me and see me? How about you, Christopher? Can you hear me? You're muted, Christopher.
I know. I was kind of worried that I was worried about giving you the echo, but I'm on headphones as well, so you're not hearing anything. Hopefully, just my voice. Right?
Now I hear the feedback loop.
So we'll have to figure. There's something fishy going on, unless you go in alone. Did I not give? You should be in as an admin. So should you not be allowed to go in straight to StreamYard and just jump into the broadcast? I don't even need, like, you should not be invited. You have full access.
When I opened the StreamYard in the browser,
right,
I could see Meandering Around the Map as a destination. But when I tried to select it and use it, it prompted for your email and password.
Really? That's so strange, because I thought here, I'll see if I'm allowed to double browse here, or like double get in. I do know you're allowed to stream now from, okay, so members. Got Meandering Mike there, admin. Yep, can manage blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we got that. Broadcasts. So I'm allowed to go in twice. Team settings, okay. It just says my team name. What am I not doing right? I mean, I kind of trust you. Kind of. But that's my Smile Soccer thing is, mind you, you'd probably get a good laugh if you knew my password for Yahoo, my Yahoo account. You'd be like, oh my, well, I'm pretty sure you're probably aware of some of the password words. If that makes sense. Gosh, this is frustrating.
So the feedback that loops and echoes, it shouldn't be doing that because we both have headphones.
So I think it must be some kind of setting I'm not doing here. Settings.
Well,
audio.
If
default mic.
If you have StreamYard,
I have echo cancellation on.
pointing to YouTube, and YouTube also like pulling in your mic. And so YouTube
No,
is
I'm just
taking your mic.
okay. I'll
And
turn off YouTube, but I'm listening. I'm just listening to music through YouTube. That's all I'm doing. So I'm wondering if it's. I'll see if there's maybe. I'll turn it off. Just hold on. Make sure.
yeah, I don't know
Still,
enough about
can't hear
StreamYard
me.
itself.
I think it's maybe also maybe I'm just like one of the Windows settings. Maybe I have more than one microphone activated. I don't think so, but oh, darn it. I'd
Yeah,
rather
there's
do chit chat. So if there's
thing.
look, like there must be tons of things you can talk about while people just stare at my map for a little while. How about you chat for a while, like half the bit? Well, all the people. There's two of us. There are two of you. Oh my god.
All
But
right, so you go ahead and mute.
all right, thank you. And yeah, tell me what like and Charles. That's right. You and Guy, you chit chat about. You guys know way more about SCS and your games. Like, tell me what's going on. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'll talk to you via banner. I want to try out banners, anyways.
All right, so Christopher's muted, and you should only hear my voice, but there's a lag of a couple seconds when I'm talking. So I hear my own voice, but then in the microphone or the headphone, I hear it about 2 seconds later. So I think I'm broadcasting. It's going to your StreamYard. It's coming back to me, and that's what I'm hearing through here. But I'm also hearing my own voice as I talk. So it's really hard just talking. But then when you have your mic open, we get a multiple round. So like I'm just hearing myself talk, and then when you start talking, I hear you at least 3 or 4 times as it goes around and around. So I, yeah, we'll have to experiment. I know there's a way in StreamYard. You sent me that link about local file recordings. So if we were cooperating to like create a video together and we didn't do it live, we could just be talking and saving those files and then combine them all later to have cooperative content edited. But right now, with a live stream, wanting to have the chat, this feedback process of I don't know what's going on, but something makes it really hard. So we'll have to experiment, like not on the live stream. Get that nailed down to see if we have any configuration issues, and then incrementally move forward to go back to say, okay, now let's try to live stream. So, Charles, that's good that you can hear your own voice. So, do you want to switch your camera view to the map? Okay, I'm testing something. Testing something. Okay, Charles, can you hear me right now? Type in the chat, Charles. In the chat, in the chat. Yes, okay. So I just figured out my, right now I have StreamYard up and you can hear me. And Charles is using YouTube and you can hear me. But what I did is I paused the YouTube stream. Okay, so that's what I was hearing my own voice coming back was the YouTube stream. So Chris, can you unmute now and say something? And I'm going to keep YouTube
Hello.
paused.
Hello.
Okay, do you have YouTube paused or?
Oh, I have it on music. Hold on, I'll turn it off. Hold on. I went back to ambient once you the ambient thing Majig is listening to. Hold on. There. I now paused it. So the only thing I've got two browsers open, my YouTube one and the StreamYard one,
So
which
we
I'm
are
to interact.
just using StreamYard and there is no repeat or lag, it appears to be.
Fascinating.
So
that was so fast, Mike. Oh my goodness gracious.
So with just
screw music.
StreamYard, and so as long as we can see all the YouTube chat here.
Oh, that's all I need, yeah.
And we can click into the private chat if we need to.
Exactly.
Like if we need to share a link just between us, there's a private chat, right?
Right.
And then the comments are there.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Okay.
So you're not getting freaked out by a crazy loop right now.
Right. And it doesn't appear to be any lag as far as I can tell, at least.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna say a word and I want you to repeat it as soon as you can. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Banana.
Banana.
Okay, yeah, no lag. No lag.
Yay! Okay. Charles, we are in heaven.
So
Charles, you better start texting about the Mighty Endeavor. Get your ass going.
So if I ever need to like get into the live chat to get a link, we'll have to solve that other problem. Is okay, yes. How do I get into StreamYard, see the current broadcast, and join it as a co-host?
Yeah.
Well, actually, you gave me admin rights, so not owner rights, but admin rights or co-host, whatever. And then if I ever have to be, always pause YouTube.
Right.
All right. So
yeah, the only difference between you and me right now is I pay the bills. That's it. You get to do everything. That's why I was like hoping that every once in a while I would see a new broadcast appear when I went to StreamYard and be like, oh, Mike's testing out something for when he decides to, okay, I'm going to do it this way or that way or the other way. But
I might try that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, there's a learning curve there.
Right. Oh my goodness, isn't there? And they keep throwing stuff out for us. Charles, I wonder if we could. Oh yeah, once you get your camera and whatnot going, it would be wonderful to see if we can do a see how far we can push this before it falls apart.
So, did you see my Geek Mail response?
I saw your YouTube reply of the Serbia video. I think when I was making pizza with the dough.
Yes, that one. Okay. So yeah, I'm not
gonna. Oh yeah, no problem, man.
So there'll be a learning curve there. It's definitely something I want.
Mm-hmm.
to
Goody.
learn, but certainly through the end of the year, it has to be a low priority for me.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That's the yeah. I'm in a different boat, right? I've got yeah, not much going on,
Ah,
so I just do this. So yeah,
Charles
yeah,
is
yeah.
turn 5 on.
I know. Have you posted yet, Charles? I'm not trying to push you, but they're fun to watch. And what I enjoyed, remember, I was thinking the only World War II experience I really have is the fire and movement system through D-Day Deluxe, which I enjoy. I understand why people don't like it from Decision Games. I completely understand. So I was like, okay, let's get another game system that it's very modular, or there's a lot of games for it. And I was like, oh, a lot of people keep mentioning SES. Then the Mighty Endeavor, I saw Justicar do a video on that. And he took it to a convention. That looked really interesting. It looked interesting. Then Charles, you started talking about supply issues, and it's like, wow, this sounds really interesting.
So Charles, can I interrupt for a second?
Oh,
I mean, Christopher.
no, no, no. Yeah, you can interrupt me all
I
the
wanted
time.
to address Charles' question about StreamYard on the laptop. As far as I can understand, StreamYard is all in the browser. Is that right? You don't have to install anything?
That's correct.
So yeah, Charles, if we sent you a link to co-host and you follow that in your browser, you'll be in StreamYard. You don't have to install anything as long as
Yeah.
I guess what Chrome is the preferred.
I don't know. All I know is one of the reasons why I did go for StreamYard, even because I was like, oh, it's going to cost money, was because I tried it with the laptop and they were saying, okay, it's supposedly not very hardware intensive. And I went, okay, let's go with that. But my laptop was just so pitiful to begin with.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I went with it.
So that's
And
really
easy to use.
that's because like things like WebEx meetings and things like that, like
Yes.
you'd invite someone and they'd have to go install this or that, or
Oh, right. You're right. Of course.
browser extension or something. And what a
And
pain
it
in the
used,
ass.
you're right. I never thought about that.
You know, Teams or
As well as
Skype
now,
requires-
and now you can see they're allowing you to stream through the mobile phone. So in other words, you could even like I think you were saying, Charles. Perhaps I don't know. We could probably even send you the link to your like you could open the browser from your mobile phone and stream from there, or it like be invited through there. I'm sure that would work.
Huh. Yeah, that.
And maybe that's one way of circumventing yet again the double camera bit. So you would, and because it would be, the mobile phone would be using a different system to transmit data versus over your internet. So I don't know. Yeah. So Charles, come on, man. With the well, I'll read your texts, but yeah, like I said, I'm trying. Oh, it sucks. I was reading. I just wanted to. I backtracked here to find out whether or not the 10th Army HQ had detrained, because that would have at least allowed them to. It's not going to work, but I was going to try to figure out a way of getting them to get the hell out of here. But I just finished just as Charles showed up. I think I read, looked up in my notes, and no, they're still entrained because they wanted. I was waiting to get the supply train over, and then they would link up. But and the unfortunate thing is, I don't need to have the supply train linked up. I mean, I didn't need to have the HQ in train to have to transfer supply. It just needs to appear in the hex. So that was kind of a oh well. So they're screwed. They can't detrain. They can't move. They're in the enemy zone of control. They're screwed beyond that. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. What would you guys do morally or from a military standpoint or whatever? Because these guys are gone. They have to surrender. I can't move them. These guys can move, but it's almost a case of what's the point? Because just the restrictive nature of getting in and out of enemy zones of control. I was trying to get Nikolai Protopopov to start sending troops over to kind of connect the dots to to make a line of communication. But I almost feel like it's a fool's errand, if you know what I mean.
So looking at the map there.
Gosh, I can't wait to get the zoom ability with that freaking camcorder. It's going to be wonderful.
the 3-4 and the 4-4.
So
the
that'll
3-4,
cost.
5-4.
So that'll cost 1 movement point just to move.
So are
Another
they?
one to get out of this enemy, out of an enemy zone of control, and another point to get into one. So that's 3 points. That's all they'll be able to do. So all these guys are allowed to move, I think, 1 space. This guy is in a city center, so he doesn't need to retreat, and I don't know if he has to surrender. This
So
guy,
they're all out of communication, right? Because they
can't trace a line of communication out of any of these enemy zones of control. That's right. So they're not pocketed, but they're surrounded. It's one of those nebulous rule places. I'm always.
So when they're out of communication, does that reduce their movement allowance at all?
Oh, sorry, I got sidetracked. Pardon me.
If they're out of communication, so they're surrounded like this, they can't trace a line of supply.
Their movement is okay. It's their combat effectiveness gets reduced.
So moving zone to zone, it's +1 to enter, +1 to leave, +1 for the hex. So
it's horrible. Yeah.
So if he had 5 movement allowance,
that's right. That's why you see the beauty of the Germans. Yeah.
And so
they
cavalry
move 2
with 6 could potentially move through 2 squares.
Yeah.
Through zones in both.
Oh, excuse me.
So if they can, so when is the determination that, you must either?
It's at the end of a friendly, at the end of a, I'll read it out. Charles, man, ooh, I can't wait. Oh, you know what's so neat on a side note, Charles, is because I don't know distances in Europe. Like when you were talking about, they're at like from Saint Nazaire to Paris, I was like, I have no idea how far that is. And then I went upstairs, looked up in the atlas, I'm like, holy cow, that's not far at all. Like, I can see now why things were moving so quickly in your game. I'm like, how the hell are the Americans able to zip a, and it's like, holy shoot.
Yeah. Northern France is a lot different than fighting in Russia.
Yeah. Okay, so it says here, units that are removed from the map are lost due to surrender. Units surrounded in a pocket that does not contain a fortress are destroyed and removed from the map if they are so isolated for now that's that weird editing thing, for the full portion of a friendly half-game turn. Such units are removed prior to the start of the next enemy movement phase.
Friendly portion of a half-game turn.
So they're going to have to, I'm assuming, if these guys can't get out after the movement, therefore they would be gone at the combat. It's because you don't understand like phases and turn. So again, I look at the movement bits, which you can't got it up on the thing here. You've got the. Yep, it would have to be. So it's because he said at the end of the half thing. So you've got 4 bits here. You've got at the very beginning, it's your reinforcement arrival phase. Then it's your movement phase. Then the combat phase. Then your replacement phase. So if these guys can't get out of here by the end of the movement phase, they must surrender, and they'll are going to suffer a ton of DMs. Oh my gosh! On a side note, and I'm going to try it with the camera. All that work, Mike, with my screw up and Charles with that over here. You can't see it because I haven't moved the gantry. F man, this is just. I'm just at the beginning of this. This is just blowing my effing mind. So I can't move it that far anymore. Can I? A little bit more. Hold on. Nope, I can't because of the flipping camera. So just up here, all that work Oh, you still can't see. It's way the hell over there. I didn't move it. But near Königsberg, why did I have it so much? Oh, it's. Oh, I think I had the camera mounted the other way. Where am I here? All that work with the German cavalry harassing whatever, I don't think it's going to end up being. It's not going to matter. If anything, the Germans are going to suffer more demoralization points in the long run because of the cavalry ending up either surrendering or being eliminated because they've been taken out. And all it ended up happening, I don't think, yeah, they've only lost strength points, the Russians up there along the Pregel River front. So unless I think personally for me, if the Germans can't take advantage of all the confusion that occurred in that month-long nonsense of trying to bring the supply to the First Army, if they can't take advantage of that by the beginning of November, what a waste of that screw up with me of the hex way up north. It's like, oh boy. Anyways. So, oh, by the way, guys, Cataclysm now, I don't know if you guys noticed, reached 1,000 subscribers, and he's going to have a special around shooting the chit show, he calls it. Last time he had it was at Saturday at 9 or 9:30, so I hope to God he doesn't have it at 8 o'clock in the morning because he'll bump me, so that would suck. Hopefully he's a somewhat late riser. What else? Oh, by the way, dad versus son as well is desperate, or I shouldn't say desperate, that makes him sound terrible. That's not the case. He would be happy to have more recruits for his reserve pool for just entering your name, like the way I've had it with Dan Pancaldi and whatnot. Oh my God, Art Wolf is now a member of the Dad's Dodgy. No, what are we now? No, we're Dad's Delinquents now. As long as Allies in the West have air superiority, Germans get no road bonus movement. Yeah, this is so, yeah. Anyways, Charles, another lovely suggestion that I like about your thing was putting the little banners and little information texts on the map. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to remember that. All these little things. You know what blows me away is there's so many people. Who's doing that? Oh my God, you're freaking me out.
So yeah, so
I was like, what the hell is going on, man?
it's I am logged in as
Who
you.
cares? So we'll have to change my name as maybe it's the team name.
So we are logged in as you twice. So I need to figure out how to
right?
get in as my
because that's gonna because if you go to do your own broadcasts, that's just a no-go for you. That would suck. All this work that gets put in and I take the credit. Oh my God, Chris Press Productions starring Mike. Oh my God.
So that's interesting. Yeah. So as it has my display name as a participant in the video chat, but it didn't use that name there. And
I'll send you a link, Charles, if I can. He's I love his videos, and I love his idea of viewer participation, getting you to be one of the virtual characters in his little campaign of Combat Volume 2. I wish I was engrossed in tactical World War II, because my goodness, it's got a lot of role-playing elements, this campaign system. I don't know what you guys know about Combat or Combat 2 or what have you.
Okay, it's because the destination is Christopher Press YouTube. That's why if I type in the chat, if I go to private chat and type something,
you're okay. So if you make your own broadcast, you should be fine.
You'll just see me on one side of the screen versus the other.
Oh wow, look, another person. Cool.
In the private chat. Hey, there we go. E4 Airman.
Coolio.
So I don't
We're
know
just
if there's
we're
a
still in
way.
E4 Airmen. We're still in experimental land, trying to figure out how to do things. But it's yeah, we're just hanging out really. And I'm trying to figure out how to. Unfortunately, realize that I mistakenly left the 10th Army HQ, the Russian 10th Army HQ, entrained here, so they can't detrain in an enemy zone of control. We're gonna have to surrender.
So
And
that square there,
sorry,
is that
pardon?
just the HQ?
Just the HQ is entrained. So they're and the supply train, obviously, they're screwed. So these guys are, like I said, are in a. Hold on, I gotta get my reading glasses.
But you have
These
troops
guys,
there. So
so
you could do the
no, I'm okay. I have no the breakout.
shuffle of the
Oh,
troops. Like each could
uh,
move one square towards getting out.
these guys could, yes.
So what about the troops in
They're,
the
okay. Oh, so these guys here, this green thing is just 10 supply points.
Okay, so there is no troops in that square, that hex.
No,
square.
it's. I would have had a little white dude on the right
Okay.
hand side. One of my. Oh my gosh, are they ever nice? These big fonts that I'm using. That's that band shrift condensed. No, I'm using the band shrift condensed for when I do like 150. I don't know what the hell the thing is, but
So you asked
not
earlier,
bad.
what would we do?
Right.
I would try to have as many troops escape as possible and
Okay.
force the enemy to trying to keep you
Yeah.
surrounded.
That's
And
another thing I was thinking about too. Right on, man. When I was looking to trying to figure out how to form a line of communication, like open up a new line of communication. It's like at the bare minimum. I keep forgetting, like it's just because the blocks are on there, and it's like I keep thinking, oh my god, all the Germans are like full of troops, and it's like no. They're weak. They're anemic. They can't do everything at once. So you're right. Stall them. They can't do everything. So and stop giving in all the time. God, I'm such a wilting little flower. You should see me. I'm learning. Like when I play miniatures. Oh my God. I'm just like, oh my God. The guy. I did it once. There's this one guy, Duncan. Shoot, what's his last name? He is such a freaking amazing gamer. Holy F. I love. Actually, I ended up in second place in the DBA tournament against him. He's just so bloody good. But I love locking horns with him because he's so bloody good. We played 7 Years War. That's my marquee highlight game at Can Games. There's a couple of guys that run it. They do 15 millimeter 7 Years War. Oh, I just love it. They use a modification of a very old Games Workshop rule system where it's press your luck thing. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Ancient Warhammer or something like that. They use a modification of it to do 7 Years War. Anyways, on the side note, I just finished reading a ton of Napoleonic nonsense, and so it's ironic that I was using it for in the past, but I ended up I love being on the flanks because I'm not a very good gamer, so I don't want to be in the middle. It's like no, don't like at least like give me the table edge that I don't have to worry about that side. Anyways, I was the cavalry, and I had to lock horns with him for 4 hours. Holy cow, that was fun. But I did the opposite of what I normally do, which is being a wilting flower. And we just went at it. Holy cow, there was a lot of stuff. Okay, hold on. I will.
I'm going to try something here.
I don't know if I entered the thing. Oh, I did. Now I'm going to go back to the comments to see this. So. Okay, Charles. If you're still there, E for Airman, I'm not sure. You are all beyond me. What does that mean? As in maybe the game of what's going on in the game. If you mean the game. Oh wow, you're so cool, Mike.
I'm trying to. There
Learn
we
things.
go.
Holy cow, dude! The thing is, you're teaching
There we
me
go.
what I want to do for the Caporetto scenario. This is exactly what I want to do for the freaking thing, man. Oh my god! And the thing that's blowing me away, you're probably eliminating hours worth of work for me. Oh Jesus, Murphy, mother. Oh, Jesus
So
Christ, this is going to be so much effing fun, man.
under present,
Okay.
there's slides.
I've got to spend some time just reading and watching.
And one of the things you can do for a slide, you either use Google Slides, PowerPoint, or you can use a PDF.
Oh my God.
So any PDF you have.
My God.
Now, the question though.
Mike, this is the thing, man. Remember I was saying with the Caporetto thing, I want it to be instructional in the sense. And if I can also take snapshots. In other words, I could bypass the silly StreamYard 2 camera thing for one person. They want $50 American, man. Screw you. Sorry, I love you,
For what?
StreamYard. Take me away.
50 for what?
$50 American for me to use 2 cameras at once.
Oh, really?
On one stream. I'm like, you know what? F off. That's why I said I will just, if I can invite guests, I will make another email account, invite myself.
Yeah.
Use a proxy. I'll use a proxy server. Hello.
There you go.
There,
or have your phone on one account and your
exactly,
webcam on another.
Screw you. But like I said, on a side note, I love you, StreamYard. But on the other side, screw you.
So the only problem about this PDF as a slide,
right,
is you can't zoom in.
Okay.
On this, I mean, there might be a way, but from what I'm seeing, you can go to any page in the document. You can go back and forth. You can go full screen, but
it'll never pop it. Yeah.
It can't go closer.
Anyways, E for Airman, what are you playing? I'm very curious. Like what period are you normally into? Or do you like hop around or?
Hippity hop.
And while you're texting and telling us, I'll tell you what's been going on here. I'm at 06 October 1914. At the moment, it's an overwhelming Allied victory. The Russians are just running away with it. The Germans amassed a huge amount of demoralization points due to the fact that the Russians have been sitting up. We can't really see, but way up here, up near the Prego River front and Königsberg, as well as they lost 3. I can do that though, I think. Hold on. Here.
So if we zoom in like this, we lose a lot of that picture.
Yeah. So around here, they lost 3. They lost 3 towns temporarily to the Russian Fourth Army, and that also, I think they suffered like 60. Close to 60. It was just horrible. Demoralization points. Let's see where we are. But anyways, I think that's good. But the tide is kind of turning, even though the game is ending. The Germans and the Austrians seem to have finally got their act together, and the Germans are streaming a lot of their troops are starting to, anyways, along the Austrian fronts to bolster the lines because in this rule system, the Germans give Austrians a bit more resiliency in terms for retreat. Normally, Austrians would have to retreat if they suffered 1/3 losses, but with a German troop in there, even just a little regiment,
Just one troop.
That's it. And boom, it turns into one half.
There's a lot of games where there's some special rules about who can blow supply or who takes casualties increased,
Right.
and mixing Germans in with the Austrians is often an incentive in these East Front World
Yeah.
War I games. So
And
this is
you're, yep. And from what I've been reading, that's what they were doing when I was reading Getting Ready with Ken there with the Gorlitz kind of scenario. That's what the Germans were doing as well, was to, strengthen up the front a bit. Hope around Napoleon. Old school. I keep hearing about this thing, old school tactics. What is this?
old school
Old
tactics.
school tactical. I keep hearing about this, and it seems really popular. That's why I keep hearing about it.
They just did a second edition of their first volume, so that just came out.
Who does it?
Flying Pig Games,
Oh,
which is Mark H. Walker. He also runs Tiny Battles Publishing.
oh yes, yes.
So I'm not sure how the business is set up, and which he decides, which does what, and
Oh, goody, Charles, you're back. I'm not sure if I said. I'm glad you're back. I think I have to go upstairs. I know I have Steamroller from. Is it Tiny Battle or Flying Pig?
Steamroller.
Hold on, I'll go get it.
Was that in the Yaw magazine?
Yes, I think so. It's got the picture of the Russians.
Yeah, I think Flying Pig is the publisher of Yaw magazine, but some of the games in Yaw magazine get released as separate games in Tiny Battle Publishing. It's like yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
What's I can't even pronounce that.
Montelimar?
What's that about?
Was that something in Italy, or let's see here, Board Game Geek.
Okay, then. So I should try to. You're right. Okay, I'm gonna cause a bit of grief. And you know what? In a weirdo way, is regardless, there's going to be some combats. There's going to be some combats happening here. Just
South
because,
of France.
Okay. What is it? Is it Napoleonic then?
Montelimar? No, it's the secondary. So what Charles was talking about in his Mighty Endeavor, like invading South France, that's that second front. Invading, coming up like the Rhone Valley from the south.
Okay. So Charles, have you decided whether or not you're going to do the Russians as well, or are you just going to focus on? Because I knew you were thinking, you weren't sure. You're vacillating. Too bad you weren't playing Vassal. Damn it. I wonder if that's what you're doing then. If you're playing Vassal, I'm vacillating. I guess you could say that.
I was a bad boy too. I did 2 orders from Noble Knight Games in the last 2 days. But they've only mailed one of them. Why is that?
So I've got a ton of freaking troops here. And 2 of these, it's the 7th Siberian and the 8th Siberian divisions are sitting here. They've taken some damage, so I'm going to try to get them this way. But I'm not moving anybody here. No. What am I saying? There's I've got 12 strength points sitting here because they were recombined last turn, so they're fresh. And I'm pretty darn sure, I wish I had the zoom ability of the camcorder right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to go this way across as well. I don't think I have to go just this way. I might be wrong about that. Because you see what I mean? It's all this hub. Bit.
Where's your starting hex?
Okay, so what I want to do is take troops from here. And it gets so, I wish he would have at least put some kind of faint little bridge or something.
Is there not a bridge?
No, and that's the thing that drives you nuts. I answered a question on BGP of somebody that mentioned, and you can see like the ...
Other hexes
to here, and then it's here. So
maybe there's no bridge there. That doesn't make
no,
any
you're
sense.
allowed to get across when I saw the rules, but it's just no, I'm not sure if I'm allowed. And I know you can. Well, obviously you can go this way as well. Not. See it if I'm. I think you can do the. Oh, darn it! Because of the way. Okay, this is the way I'm looking at it. If I was not allowed to go this way, this line should be going more towards the center of this side.
Right.
To link up with this dude, rather than. So this guy, okay, you're at the center. I get you, but this guy here should have also. Anyways, I think I'm okay. That's only one hex. I'm only going to get one hex bonus, or bonus or whatever. But so the last turn, when I went to move somebody or was considering moving somebody, I went this way first. So maybe I should continue. And just say maybe in a weird way, if you want to role play it. There's still a lot of refugees and people trying to get the hell out of Warsaw. I don't know.
Somewhere someone should have taken a snapshot of that and drawn the lines that are legal so that people could know and, use a pen on their own map to say, here are the rail lines.
Yeah.
They cross those rivers.
I'll check. Remember I was mentioning, I think in one of them, my thingamabobs is that there's like 13,000 messages on the old Consim forum.
I don't even use it. I don't even go there.
It's it reminds me of Telnet days. I'm like, oh my goodness, which I loved. But so I downloaded, I've copied and pasted all the messages, and what I've been doing sometimes in my spare time is just taking a chunk and going, okay, let's edit this and we'll go to the next. I mean, that's going to take, a long time, but at least then way I can give it back to people and say, okay, there you go. It's all been nicely formatted and so on and so forth.
Is that the only place on the whole map where they didn't draw in the rail lines crossing the rivers?
No, there's lots of them all over the flipping place. This went, well, yeah, you're right. You can see it straight in here. I don't know if it's because of the river. I don't know. But I think, okay, you know what? For now, I think I should just stick with the way I was normally doing it. Like I said, it was only one hex anyways.
Is that because of the urban center part?
I don't know. But then again, if that was the case, then why did these all pop into the center? Oh, I guess, right.
So if there's urban center in all three of those hexes,
just there's not urban center in all of them, I don't think.
Well,
maybe I'm wrong.
That urban center?
So that's not
urban.
A center.
Okay, suburban, urban.
So that's urban, but it's not a urban center because it's not in the center of the hex. This one's not also a city center because it's not in the center of the hex. This
but
one
all those hex lines
are. So what I think the city center means for him is there's a difference. So so for example, Łódź has a city center as well as urban bits. You see how? It doesn't matter. I've popped everything here. So this has both. I was having this chit chat with Ken actually privately. So Warsaw, I'm assuming it's because it's such a flippin' big city that it doesn't have the city center bonus of being able, you're not forced to not have to retreat. Because lots of the little guys have them, the city centers. And he should have what he should have probably, and he should have just made it a different color or
It
something.
must be because the river.
But here, if you see here, this is urban terrain, but it's not into the center of the hex, whereas here it's still urban terrain, but it's also in the center. So Rouge, if you're in this hex here, you have the option of, lots of options, but you can either take the city center.
That's weird.
I know, it was not so the way I'm viewing this, the way I view Warsaw is there's no city center in Warsaw. There's lots of urban terrain, but no city center. It's just too flippin' big. And if you look at it historically, Ken mentioned to me, and it also says in the rules about the Gorlitsa Tarnów breakthrough, the Russians had no intention of doing street fighting in Warsaw because they realized it was just a no-win, whatever. Once they penetrated the fortresses at Novosibirsk or something, this dude over here, that was it. They're like, let's get out of here. So, So okay, I'll go around away, and I'll try to save.
I would interpret it as all those 3 hex sides that are dividing Warsaw urban area into a pie of thirds, right? That 2 of them are river hexes, and I would allow that there's probably bridges across both of those hex sides.
So you think I should be allowed to go this way too?
Yeah, I think I would interpret that way.
Okay.
They didn't draw the lines in, but you got to assume it's connected.
Okay.
And so I would give them both.
Okay. Oh my God, Charles, man! I know. On a side note, I'm really excited to see the African campaign played properly, and your version of properly, because I like that style. I like everybody's style. I mean, everybody's got value to everything is the way I look at it. Because I've got the Decision Games redo. What is that one there? The Rommel one, it's not called that. Desert Fox. But it looks too complicated for me and my interest in World War II. But I like the idea of doing an African campaign thing. So I would love to see if, do you want me to bring the camera down? I can take it off the mount.
No,
okay.
I was hoping there'd be a way to put like the 2 camera views on top of each other. You can side by side zoomed in. You can side by side here.
Oh, I see. You mean top and bottom.
You can weight it to one side or the other. But you can't put the 2 windows on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, so Mike, Charles, it's going to be fun to see a playthrough of hopefully a World War II desert game that I'm like, okay, I could handle that for my interest level. Because like I said, I don't like that's why I like Horse and Musket from Hollandspiele. It's not, I'm not going to spend 300 years reading the rules. And okay, do I get to learn a bit about history? Was the game fun to play? And did I have to spend 300 years reading the rules? Yes, no, I'm in. I don't see anything wrong with that. So for the ones I'm not want to really go mental with, like for Der Weltkrieg. So that's why I was saying about the SES. It's like, okay, maybe that'll be give you that relatively easy rule system. You get to read up a bit about history and an enjoyable game. That's like I was saying about the Horse and Musket. It's a lot of fun. But a lot of people, the first thing they'll say, it's not, it's not very Yeah, it's command and colors ish, but
Yeah, that's what
not
I've heard.
that. But not that command structure. Not even close. Not no. It looks like it is. That's it. Yeah. Do you know if I'm allowed to? I want to do a YouTube video of the local person that makes all my game components, like my counters and whatnot. But I'm worried about he doesn't do the maps. He doesn't have access to all the digital files. So I purchase these games through Wargame Vault. Then I send him the files, the PDFs, so he prints the counters for me. Is that? I'm worried that somewhat like the game dude is going to say, "Hey, what the hell have you done?" But it's like as if the guy's going to be selling the freaking counters on the side for
Right.
God's
So
sakes.
Wargame Vault, you're licensing to be able to print yourself a copy. And if you're getting help to print them, that's fine.
But he's
You know,
a real company, and he's
so as
charging.
long as he's printing you one copy,
That's it.
right? Then there's nothing wrong with that. But you can't go and say, here's $20, here's the file, print me a copy and print as many as you want to. That would be
Okay,
violating your
goody.
license.
Okay, thank God, because I really, really want to. If there's any other than the manufacturers of the miniatures, he has been the single most important thing for my miniature gaming hobby. He makes all my bases, and he also then started now into the hex and counter bit. He's making all my all the counters, even for like now I've got custom sized counters for my favorite games, like all my The World Undone, 1914. The game company is called Custom Game Bits. So I'm going to be doing a. I did contact him ahead of time. I said, look, I want to do a YouTube video to say how wonderful you are, but I didn't want to, And then he's like, don't tell anybody about me or whatever. But he's like, no, go ahead. So you have to end it relatively soon, not right off the bat. How about 9:15?
I should probably get off.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay.
Good.
No. That's I was doing it more for you guys. Then. But just stay away from ASL. Oh my gosh, I know, Charles. No worries. Don't worry. That's not going to happen. There is a guy though. I'm just absolutely fascinated to watch. I think it's called Monster in My Basement. He does a video. He's doing a video series for Goss. It is so well produced. I sent him a comment on BGG. I said, how the hell Decision Games is not giving you a lifetime supply of whatever the hell you want is beyond me.
Monster in the Basement? Is that the name
Monster
of the channel?
in my room. Monster in My Basement, I think. If you can't find it, I'll go and grab it because I can drag and drop. Jaw dropping. You'll be like, I just watch it just for the sake of the guy should be doing tutorial videos for everything you can possibly imagine. Absolutely spectacular. On my 8th, I do Soviets. Okay, probably not doable. Yeah, don't bite off more than you can chew, man. And if you're like just having, I don't know how far, but I mean, if you're just having a good time with the Western bit of, oh look, I got a bit of the light thing with the 7 camera. What's going to be fascinating to see is what I want to try this now with the camcorder through this software. Is it the software?
Yeah, so I had that weird flicker on my last YouTube video when I was cleaning the crack in the basement floor, and I don't know why, but it was like pulsing the phone's flash.
Yeah, that was fascinating.
On and off.
I was wondering what was up with that.
And for some reason, it made it so that it stayed in 720p. It didn't film at 1080p.
Okay.
That was bizarre.
Boy, you guys really made a mess of my map. Thanks a lot.
Here, move those things around. Show us stuff. Where did these go? Where did these go?
Oh, I gotta put them back. That's good though. So, okay, Charles. So you've got a busy day tomorrow, don't you? You were saying, I think up there, you were saying that he's got like a lot of visits with doctors or what do you call it? Driving them around. So, okay, yeah, you're right. I think it's a good idea. I need to like wind down, get ready for
All
my
right,
son's sleep
guys.
and all that nonsense. This is good. I'm so glad, Mike, that we were able to get rid of the lag.
Well, yeah, I'm glad my headphones arrived, and then I thought about it for a second and like, wait a minute, I've got my YouTube up and active. It's my fault.
This is, I know, and also now that you're learning about this PDF split screen, and you've seen with the StreamYard, they're allowing us to do private recordings now, as you were mentioning. So we can, as you said, we can even experiment solo and go, okay.
Yeah, that's I think going to be most useful if you want to do cooperative content.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have live chat where you're gonna, have 2-3 people film the stuff, get all their separate files, have them all, separate that you can take, so that if you're gonna do a lot of editing and maybe do voiceover and combine different images and keep, you can do some fancy stuff to make a video. But in terms of like doing a live broadcast and saving all that stuff, it's probably not as useful. I mean, there still might be some way you could utilize that, but
wow. But let's be honest, we've only been doing this less than a month, and we've already got to this point. That's pretty good. So I'm really happy. All right, let's. All you guys have a great evening, and thanks again. Ooh, this was wonderful, and got to play around with this little bit of this monkey Joe. So
that's great.
It's getting there. Certainly getting there. Like I said, once I get to the telescoping arms and stuff, I just need a little grandkid or a little kid to go, can I help you out? I'll be like, yep, go cut this. That'd be awesome, but it's not going to happen, darn it. All right. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Is there a compass thing tomorrow? Do you know? Are they having?
I do not know. I just sort of hit or miss.
Okay.
Pick those up. I don't do it every time, so.
I just like, just like it, what a smart marketing move. Good Lord, those guys are geniuses. Okay, have a great night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow-ish in a weirdo way. Charles, man. Good luck with Charles. Bye.
Ciao.
This was flipping awesome.